Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Save Occurrence. Today we're going to be talking about all the extras or add-ons to our full boat packages. They commonly come with pretty much everything you need, but there's a few extras that some people like to consider. And the first thing I'd like to talk to you about are these adjustable oar towers. These oar towers are really suitable for different size people to row our boats. Standard size is 9-inch. These are 11-inch when I put it and adjust it to the middle range. And then all you have to do is simply push that button, pull the insert out, and then snap it in. And what you end up with is a 13-inch. So you can have a 13-inch tower, a 11-inch tower, or the standard 9-inch tower. They all come with the brass oar locks, and these are a great consideration, especially if you have people that are learning how to row, or you're just not sure what the size height that you'd like for your oar towers. So consider these. One of the other items that I'd like to introduce you to today are rescue ladders. Now, they're not necessarily used all the time for rescues. They're really handy just for getting in and out of the boat when you want to jump in the river to cool off or anything, but this is what they are. These essentially strap onto the frame, so they're permanently onto the frame whenever you're going downriver. And then this little bag holds the rungs and the ladder itself. So if you want to imagine that these are strapped on the side of the frame, it's actually going to be something like this. You actually can pull this out, or you can just open it up. But if you imagine that it's on the side of the frame, this ladder just, boom, just like that, is deployed really quickly, really easily, and it offers a good, easy, safe way to get back onto the boat. Another item that I would like to introduce you to are the throw bag flip lines. And these simply just clip right onto the side of your frame. We recommend 2 of them, and they just hang there the whole trip. If the boat happens to flip upside down, you can quickly just deploy these. They fall out, and then you have 2 ropes that your group can hold on to and try to flip the boat over. These are really handy and easy to use. The other type that we have are belly bands, and they get tied permanently from the side of the frame on the raft. It goes underneath the boat, and it simply ties on the other side of the frame, right in the middle of the boat. And that way, if the boat does flip upside down, you can easily climb up onto the boat using this belly band. The next item that I'd like to introduce as an extra is a GoPro mount. Now, we've all seen those before. Ours is custom built for our frames. We can easily mount this on the front of the frame or the rear trailer frame. We use the hose clamps that go around the 2-inch aluminum pipe, and then we have a carabiner that is securely fastened to either the hose clamp or another area right there on the rear of the frame. And this cable runs the full length of this PVC pipe all the way up to the actual GoPro mount. Now, this is aluminum. It's super beefy. If you do have a flip and it's upside down and this mount gets sheared off or broken, this cable will hold everything together so that you can retrieve it. This is aluminum head, which is a lot beefier than the typical plastic ones, and you can easily rotate it around so you can get the position that you want. Another item that's really popular on these river trips nowadays are these sand mats. They're plastic woven. They allow the sand to go through them, but they keep the sand away from your camping situation. They're great to change your clothes on. They're great to set up in front of your cot, in front of your Paco Pad on the ground. And they're also really great to set up right in the entrance of your tent so you have a changing area. One of the other big advantages to these sand mats is they don't take up much room. They're easily stowed on your boat, and they repel water, and they allow the sand to just sift right through. Another item that I'd like to introduce you to that we rent out are these Jackery power stations, and they are technology arrived. We provide a solar panel with the whole package. I'll talk to you about the solar panel in a minute. It has a display on it, tells you how much charge is left. It's got the DC port, it's got 3 USB ports, and then of course it has the AC port. And what really makes it great, in addition, is the solar panel. So you can simply hook the power source up to the little battery pack, and then you simply hook it right into the input. And the fun thing is that when you have the display and the sun is out, you can tell how much charge you're receiving, how much charge the Jackery actually has. They're really handy if you have layover days or long half days. Activate this solar panel, and then it's just like folding a little compact sheet. Velcros together, and then with the Jackery and this, it fits right into the 30 millimeter rocket box. Totally waterproof. The one thing I'd like to remind everybody, if you do rent these, sand is the death of them. So if it's windy and sand is blowing around, it's really best not to bring these out, or just simply put them in a tent or an area that is not going to be blowing sand. We're going to talk a little bit about river bags. We get a lot of questions in the office about where do we store our personal gear. The small 35 liter ones are kind of what we call our day bag or your carry-on bag, and this is going to have the stuff that you want to get to at all times, especially when you're on the boat. And when you're on the boat, these other bags tend to be tied down securely and they're kind of hard to get to. So the little 35 is for your day gear, and then we have 2 sizes for your night gear, which should include extra clothing, your tent, your sleeping bag, and potentially your thermarest. But thermarests are sleeping pads, but the 65 is a nice size, but they're on the small size as far as getting all your camp gear in. And then we provide the 110 liter bags. These have straps that you can easily carry. They have like a little Ziploc seal at top that really helps with the waterproofing when you roll them down. And these are fabulous, especially for the winter trips when you tend to bring more bulky things to stay warm. Another item that we have as an option are these huge guitar bags. And these things are fabulous for your stringed instruments. And what we typically recommend also, though, is that you bring a hard case for those guitars or banjos, and then the river bag actually provides the waterproofing for that particular item. Here we have the 50 cal ammo can. It's basically a day bag or a day container that you can strap onto the boat, and it makes it really easy to get in and out of for all those items that you want to get or allow access to, like sunscreen, other glasses, your phone, your camera. And we do provide these free of charge for all of our whole shebang packages. But if you'd like to rent one on the side, we'll easily rent one to you. But it has a very tight airlock latch system, and then it has a nice O-ring that provides that waterproofness. And then you simply just latch it back down, pull it tight, and there's your waterproof container. We call them 50 cal ammo cans. And if by chance you're carrying valuables like your camera or your prescription glasses, your wallet, we recommend that you have those items in a Ziploc inside this box, mostly because if that boat that this is on flips upside down, there's really no guarantee that this is waterproof. So with the Ziploc providing that waterproofness of those items, then you're good to go. And these have been a staple for river runners since the 60s. All right, everybody, we're going to talk a little bit about the extras or add-ons that are going to be on the boat that are not included with the full package. And here we have the Gilman Grips, the ergonomic design, non-slip grip, handle that are becoming more and more popular. The nice thing about these is that once your hand is in place with the thumb groove, you'll always know where your blade is. And we have to use an open collar, so we can't use pins and clips nor the oar rights, but it allows you to feather the oars if you like, and it also allows you to ship the oars if you like. And if you keep your hand in its nice little placement here on the grip, that piece supports the heel of your hand, and you have a nice little ridge here for your thumb. You'll always know where the blade is. Okay, guys, talk a little bit about the Saba sleep plates. These live typically in your front hatch above or on top of the 20 mils. Super easy to access at any time. But in the evening, what these allow is just a wider spot for two people to sleep. This is the front hatch. These are the boxes in the footwell. You can put this plate in a handful of different directions and allows you to sleep one person here and one person there, and with your pads laid down, it creates a nice wide sleeping platform. And you also have your rear hatch behind Nitro here that offers a great sleeping platform as well. So there's plenty of room to sleep on these boats. If you are sleeping together, it's nice to have the sleep plate, or if you just want more room in your sleep area. We're going to talk a little bit about the Saba umbrellas. We have the Saba umbrella holders that hose clamp right here in the center of the frame. They can actually mount in many places on the frame. We personally like to keep them right here because it does not impede your oar stroke. They're not only set up here to cool or to keep you and some of your other partners out of the sun, they can be used for keeping your cooler out of the sun when you go on your long or even half-day hikes. Okay, once the Saba umbrella is set up, what we like to do is tie these lanyards off because there's not an umbrella made that will handle anything over about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. So make sure that you can pull it down quickly. And there's two lanyards that we use to tie them off to keep them all stable. And then, like we said earlier, when you guys go off for a long hike and it's hot summer month, just take these things out of here, put the stand right down, tie the lanyards off so your umbrella is covering off or covering the cooler, and that way, that is a ice preservation technique that all of us use. You can also put an extra Paco pad over your cooler for the warm summer months in the middle of the day to save ice. But these umbrellas are really, really nice. You can take them up into shore to cover up your lunch table, and you can quickly let them down and then just bundle them up. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the Saba foot brace. They're just hose clamped into the front of the 2-inch aluminum frame front hatch cover there. And we also have the Saba umbrella holder here. But these are really nice for people that are probably like 5'6" or under. Big, tall people, anything over 5'9", 5'8", you probably don't need these. But we commonly bring these along if people have requested them, and then you can try them out up at Lee's Ferry, and if they're not needed, then we just bring them back. Here we have the 18-foot cargo cover. We also have them for our 16-foot boats and our 14-foot boats, but these cover up the rear rear deck board that comes with all of our 16, 18, and 14-foot boats. So you put your gear in there. It's always good to strap it down to the actual aluminum rear deck board. And then this cargo cover just cleans it all up. and there's like 4 straps that connect to the rear trailer frame. These corners go to the D-rings, and it's fully adjustable depending on the load that is underneath it. So we have a fair amount of extension on these 1-inch cam buckles, and this is really nice to grab onto as far as if you're sitting back here and having a ride back here. The other important strap that's on these rear cargo covers is an inside strap, and this one here goes to this back D-ring, and you just lace it through there. And the whole purpose of this is that if the boat happens to go upside down, that really holds the whole load from tearing this cargo cover off. But they're strapped to the D-rings on each side. We have these just strapped to the parameter line that offers a lot of extension if you want to lay out the straps further because your load is coming up. But a lot of people like these on the 18 and 16 foot boats because they just clean up the load back there, make it a lot more secure. Well, I'd like to introduce you to the Paco Pads. These are made by Jack's Plastic Welding, and these are awesome. They're basically sleep mattresses. They're totally waterproof. They're great up on shore, they're great on cots, and they're obviously great on the boats. Our type doesn't have the valves that you can add more air to. We found that the valve is not necessary, and on river trips you can just keep them flat. You can stack a whole bunch of them together, strap them down, but these are wonderful. You can put them on your front hatch right here. You can also, when you're out hiking, provide a little bit more insulation on your coolers to keep that ice from melting as fast. And you can even put them here behind the cooler that's right on the trailer frame here. So you have many spots on the boat, actually 2 spots on the boat where these Paco Pads really come into play. So if you end up having a sleep plate on your trip, which spans the boxes here in your footwell, you can easily have the Paco Pad stretching over that sleep plate. It would be flat. You also have a spot up here in the front hatch for a Paco Pad that is really a super convenient place to sleep. And a lot of people like to sleep on the boat because you're out of the sand, as well as it's a lot cooler in the summer months to sleep on the boat. Here we have the Saba A Cot. These things are becoming more and more popular because it gives you a lot more versatility of where you're camping. You can span rocks. It also offers ventilation underneath in the warm summer months. A lot of people don't even put a pad down, but you can easily put a Paco Pad or a Thermarest pad down, and then you're good to go. The bag actually acts as a little pouch that you can put some of your personal toiletry items in for the evening, and then they break down to basically this little long tubular stuff sack. And one thing that we found is they're not really appropriate for putting in your tent because the legs tend to rip the tent floor. So mostly outside camping, they're really great if you end up renting one of our pyramid tents and you set up the pyramid tent on shore. This would work perfectly underneath that. But yeah, consider becoming a cotsman with the Saba A Cot. So we have the WaterPORT here, and these are primarily used for showering on the river. They're made out of this black hard plastic that during the day the sun heats them up, and they're just pressurized by this little pump. And the tank is a 4-gallon tank, has a little spray nozzle on the end. For transportation, we put the nozzle and the hose in the little ammo can, but these things are wonderful. Oh, you need the shower nitro. Oh man, you're a dirty dog. Hey, you got oil in you now. Probably not gonna let me shower him. Look at that. The WaterPORT Sun Shower. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about the propane fire pit. These are really handy if you just want some ambiance when there's no fires allowed. They're also really great to provide a little bit of warmth in the winter months. But we have the actual Camp Chef fire pit. It comes with the hose. You need to have a propane tank. You have a handy little do and don't list of things here for the fire pit. And then we have the lava rocks, as we call them, in a separate bag that's all kind of part of the same kit. And all you gotta do is pour these guys in there. Nitro, what is that? Nitro. And you gotta, while they're cool, you kind of move them around, get them even. And then you have the propane tank, turn it on. You have your valve right here that you turn on. Watch out. And you just simply turn it on, and there you go. It's super handy. We love them. We have the H2O Sprayer. This is kind of like a WaterPORT on steroids. It has a 4-gallon per minute sure flow pump. It's got a big old AGM battery. It's got the on and off switch over here. We're gonna turn it on, and then it just needs to get primed. We're simulating the river. You just drop this into the river. And yes, so you can kind of hear it, a nice wide spray. Then you depress it a little bit further, you get a little bit more water spray, and then all the way, there you go. This is really great not only to take showers, but it's really great to cool off your boat from a long hike and to cool off your passengers. You will never lose a water fight. H2O Sprayer, we originally had these on motorboats, but we find that they're great on rowing trips as well. And if you include a solar panel, we can keep that battery charged up throughout the trip and keep your boats, your people, and yourself nice and cool and clean with the H2O water sprayer. Here we have the Saba Pyramid tent. It's made by Big Agnes, and we have it set up on an 18-foot boat today. It's really kind of designed for the boat. It can be set up on shore, but in monsoony weather, stormy weather, even if you want some privacy, these things are fabulous. You can kind of custom adjust them with some straps. There's adjustable little pull cords on each corner and in the middle. And then in order to get inside, we're gonna hop in here. Looks like Nitro's gonna come in with us too. Come on, Nights. So they're pretty spacious inside. You can kind of open it up, roll this up. You know, it has a nice little feature here to keep the door open if you want more ventilation. And then, if you add the Saba sleep plate, you have a complete platform in here. And then this is a telescoping shock-corded pole that goes up through the center. You have all kinds of room in here. Okay, we're up here in the Saba store, and a couple of things I'd like to mention is we have our 32-ounce water bottles. And the nice thing about these water bottles is that you have two lids. You have the regular lid, and then you also have a lid with the straw in it. Chums, which everyone uses, we have plenty of those. We have some custom-built Flyco fly swatters. We always have gratis stickers, koozies, and we always have a full complement of hats, and those are gratis. We always have all the guidebooks you could ever want and several really good books on hikes in the Grand Canyon. And we have a river journal that is really nice to keep notes. It's waterproof paper. And we also have the tumblers, the Saba tumblers. And we have as well hoodies. We have the sun hoodies that are really great in the summer, obviously. And then we have the thicker models for the summer, or excuse me, for the winter. So if you need any hoodies last minute, we got a full array of them, and we'd love to get you set up with anything like this that you might need. Several other items that we have in the store that I'd like to bring to your attention. We have our famous Woody Allens. These come in our full raft packages. They're actually clipped onto our rig bags, and they're kind of specific to our frames, a 3/16" Allen wrench, but they float. If you throw it over to your buddy, they'll float in the river. Yeah, and we sell them if they're appropriate for your, personal rafts or frames, but keep them in mind, the Woody Allens. We do not include carabiners in any of our packages, and we don't really even rent them, but we do have them for sale in our store. They're kind of a last minute item. If you need one or a couple of them, we have them. Another cool thing that we've incorporated are the Saba beanies, and they got a nice little Saba logo, but they're light and kind of one size fits all. And I love these because they stick down there between or underneath your ears, and so we have these for any sort of last minute or gifts if you want to get somebody a gift. So the Saba beanies, yes. We appreciate you stopping in with Saba Currents once again. Stay tuned for more episodes. We're gonna be talking about water filtration, we're gonna talk about motor rigs, some of the repairs that we're able to do for the public. Nitro and I will be here to keep you informed with Saba Currents.